Hello everyone, it's Dave from JD CycleWorks. Today I want to talk about clutch travel and how to get your clutch to work better. So on Goldenrod here, I did put some heavier springs in here to help hold the power, and it made my clutch a little tougher to hold. And since I'm getting older and weak, I decided to put in a Muller Engineering power clutch in there to help ease the amount of pressure it takes to hold that clutch in. However, the side effect of that is the reduction of travel in the clutch and me having a harder time finding neutral and shifting gears. So what we're going to do is I'm going to measure the amount of pressure it takes to pull this lever in with the power clutch and the heavy springs. And then we're going to change it to a Barnett full-length cable and put the 21-degree ramp back in and show you guys what change it is and see if the Barnett cable here, the high-efficiency cable, will help make the clutch still easier to pull but give me the travel I need. See, Harley spec is a minimum of 86 thousandths they want of travel, and that is to separate the clutches. When you pull on that clutch, they want to be able to separate these 86 thousandths of an inch so you have proper disengagement. Now, if you don't know how a clutch works, I can kind of show you. Here are some clutches and steels, and every other, you can see one is notched on the outside, one's notched on the inside, and they engage on the outside of the hub for the frictions, and the steels are gauged on the inside. So, take this apart here. This is a brand new hub assembly for Milwaukee 8 motorcycle. I like to keep this stuff around. So we take off the retainer plate, springs. Now here, when you pull on that clutch, this gets separated. It pushes the center out, and that allows these to rotate freely from the center of the hub. So if you don't have the right amount of travel, it can't the clutches are still dragging on each other, so you won't get proper clutch disengagement. Like right now I can turn it, and as soon as I push this in, I can't turn anymore. So that's what the clutch springs do, is they compress these frictions against the steels, locking these two units together. When we don't have enough travel in here of separation, they still drag, which makes finding neutral hard, shifting gears a little hard, and could cause other troubles. Now, one thing I see a lot here is a lot of people are buying these flow levers and adjustable levers, and that reduces the amount of travel you have and causes these same problems, or these soft levers. I myself brought this problem on myself. I do like the easier pull. However, I have lost my travel here. Let's measure this down here. Right now we're at 0. We're pulling that lever. Let me fix this here. And I have 58 thousandths of travel. See? Get back in there. You can see that going 50, 56, 58. Goes a little different each time. I need at least 86 thousandths of travel here to separate these clutches so this thing will properly disengage out of light. So that's what I'm going to try to achieve here. I want to show you guys this, and I'm also going to show you how much weight it takes to pull this with the Muller Engineering power clutch. I do have heavy clutch springs from AIM in there. So let's see what we have here. This is a fish scale. Let's zero it out. Let's go like this. I got it kind of out on the outside edge of the, let's pull it back. It's about 13 pounds to pull it out, to disengage that lever right now. About 13 pounds. So let's see what happens when I get this all changed. What kind of pressure it takes to pull this in with the Barnett cable and with the 21-degree. Now, one thing I'm finding out, at least I was talking to T-Man the other day, and he was saying he found out that a lot of times these cables stretch a lot. And he's been going to these full-length Barnett cables. I says, you know, I used to use them all the time, the high-efficiency cables. And this here is a one-piece cable, which replaces a two-piece cable. It is a high-efficiency cable. And I used to use these all the time on the earlier bikes with clutch cables. It would really make the lever pull a lot easier and work really good. So we're going to find out how this works on my 23 with the stock 21-degree clutch ramp assembly, and let you guys know how it works and if it solves my problem. See if it gives us another option to have our clutches work better for you without having to have problems with finding neutral and hard shifting, which is what I'm having right now. So we'll let you know when this is all done. We'll get back to this and see what happens. 86 thousandths.
Yeah.
See, right now we only had 55 thousandths, 55 to 58 thousandths. That needs to push out further. It needs to separate these discs more. So what it means is we need more distance in between here so these don't drag on each other when the clutch is pulled in, the clutch lever is pulled in. Yes, when it's dragging, you can't find neutral because there's still a load on here between the engine and transmission. And also when you're downshifting and shifting, you'll have a harder, clunkier shift. You know, it just makes it makes it a little harder experience riding. And we're always trying to find the best solutions here, the best average on how the bike work the best for you, but still take the power we're making. And that's a hard battle. It's a hard battle because we're really stepping up the performance on these bikes, and which steps up the amount of pressures put on these clutches to make them hold. So it's a constant search for what works best. All right, so now that I have the original clutch ramp, the 21-degree clutch ramp installed and a Barnett clutch cable, let's see how much travel I have on this clutch. Put this down here. Come here, look at this gauge here. Let me see how much we have now. So now we have just over 70-some thousandths of travel. It's not the 86 thousandths like Harley likes, especially, but that was a spec for the hydraulic clutches. I don't know what it is for cable, but I suspect it should be about the same, but I got a lot more travel now than before, where I had only like 50-some thousandths before. Now I got a good 70 thousandths. Now let's see how much pull it takes compared to before. Get my fish scale out. Zero it out. And I'm going to pull it in. Let's see. It's going up to around, let's see, about 20 pounds of pressure. Oh, hold on. This thing's not working right. Zero. Try again. Ready? About 26, I guess 19 to 20 pounds. So it's a little harder to pull, but really it feels pretty darn good to me. So with the heavy springs, I didn't expect to get full travel with the flex of the cable, but I do have the 21-degree ramp back in there. I have this nice Barnett high efficiency clutch cable, which is really easy to pull. And I am getting a lot more travel down there, so it's definitely gonna help my situation out. So you can see here on the stock cable, I did have the FBI, the Fat Baggers clutch adjuster in there, so I could really dial my adjustment in before, but just was still flexing too much. So again, that's another option for us to use here to try and get our clutches to work better. I'll have to see how it performs and let you guys know. Hope you enjoy. All right, so I want to test this clutch pull again with the Barnett cable, the heavy clutch springs, and also the stock clutch ramp. I'm not sure I'm getting an accurate reading if my thing would work correctly. Let's see, guys, at the end, let's pull it out. About 23, 24, 21. It's around 20, 21 pounds of pressure to pull that. Let's go over this stock one here. This is a stock bike over here. It's hard to really get a good dimension with this thing here. It's not really the best equipment. And it's not working perfectly. All right, so here it is, stock bike. This is a 23 Road Glide, completely stock. And we have, well, around 7. I don't know why this thing just doesn't show me pressure. Around 17. Around 17. So I guess what it comes down to, it's hard to really measure this accurately, but the stock clutch pull with the stock clutch cable and all the stock springs, around 17, 18 pounds of pressure to hold it in. My bike now, with the Barnett clutch cable and the heavy clutch springs, is around 20, 22 pounds of pressure, 20. It's not an accurate way to measure it, but it gives you an idea. All right, so we're gonna measure the clutch pole with the stock clutch cable and the heavy springs here. Yeah, this is pretty hard to measure here. Hold on, let me zero this thing out. I need to order a different fish scale. That goes up to around 26 pounds during the pole. So, in essence, what I'm trying to show you guys here is the Barnett full-length clutch cable does reduce the pole around 2 to 3 pounds over the stock cable, which is not a whole lot, but it's something. And this bike, we did install the heavy springs in because he got some upgrades. And just something else to think about when we're doing this. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and have a great day.